Hello, guys. I'm Daria. I'm here with Yanai and Julian.
Hello, I'm
Hello,
Julian.
Yanayi.
And today we are gonna present you the project that we were in. We were gonna talk about mental health and what we did in the project. We are gonna have a series of this project that we did and what happened in it and what subjects we discussed about. Let's start. What do you think, guys?
Yes.
Yes, let's start.
I'm going to start with an introduction in about this project that we did. It is, how I said before, mental health. We covered different types of subjects of mental health. We did different types of exercises that are going to help us in this thing, how to relax, how to go deeper into our mind, how to deal with different type of things. So we did 2 weeks of this project. One was in Slovenia, one was in Romania, and in each one everything was starting to become, I cannot say harder, but have more information.
Deeper.
Yeah, deeper. Thank you. And we're waiting to go on the third one, which is happening for us right now next week. And for me, at least, I'm excited. I'm very excited. What do you think about this one?
Yes.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, exactly. And this one is gonna be in Croatia. So besides being in a new place, in a new environment, we're going to learn more about this, and I'm really excited to see what other subjects we are going to talk about in this project. Big shout out for the participants who were from these different type of ONGs: Društvo Lojtra, Udruga Most, and Curva Cultura. Thank you so much for having this experience with us and being with us here. It was a really nice experience for me, at the least, and it was really wonderful to meet you guys in this type of scenarios, and it was again really nice. Thank you. Let's start. I have a question for you guys. What was the project about? Go more in depth of it. I just made the teaser now, so
Okay.
what do you think?
Mainly, we talked about trauma, how to deal with our emotions. Yes, the main point was to talk about our emotions and to express our emotions in order to understand how youngsters are dealing with their emotion in their everyday life.
Yes, I would say, like, in the same lines, maybe in a sense that how can we deal with trauma and learn maybe for ourselves a bit. So maybe we can understand when we see in front of us people that are dealing with that, and how can we create spaces. And one of the days of the training was exactly that: how can we create brave spaces for where young people can, on one hand, feel safe and communicate these emotions, these feelings that they have, and also on the other hand to provoke them and to maybe improve themselves and work on this type of things. So it was really interesting that we not only stayed on the trauma and maybe like the emotions, the negative feelings, but also like how can we as youth workers work with that and create spaces for them.
That's really nice. Yeah. I remember the same thing. We had before that, we call them safe spaces for children that we can create for them. And after the course, the project, we start calling them brave spaces, because we learned from this experience that it's better to call them brave spaces not safe spaces, because we are still dealing with difficult subjects in people, in children, in young adults, and we are still testing them a bit to get better in what they are dealing with and what they are trying to achieve by this, and coming to us and talking with us about their problems and us helping them in different kind of ways. Another very good question that I have, and I'm really curious about: how did you feel doing the project?
For me, I have to admit that the first week was harder than the second one, because it was I discovered a lot about myself, and I didn't expect to learn that much about myself. I thought that I will learn more about how to deal with youngsters and how to work with them, but I didn't expect to learn that much about myself. So I felt sometimes sad, sometimes mad, but at the same time I always had this little feeling of being grateful for doing and sharing this experience with a lot of people that have good or even bad experience with youngsters, but that have experience of life, and we were all vulnerable during those trainings. So I think that's what I enjoyed the most, being in front of people that are vulnerable. It pushes you to be vulnerable and to be authentic. So yes, that will be my answer.
And for you, Lilian?
For me, in terms of feeling, I've been only to the second week of the training here in Romania, and I felt really good that I was able to share this space, this topic with other people who actually shared themselves and were really present and wanted to do this. And yeah, this made me happy to see that people are interested in this topic. And also I felt maybe reflective, if that's a thing, in a sense that it made me think of my own traumas, my own feelings, and to be able to some extent to share them and feel heard and understood. That was really nice. And also, again, as Yanai, I feel grateful for the people, for the place, especially because the place was amazing. And yeah, and also for the trainers, that's a big part of it. So yeah.
Yes, I can relate to you, because even though it was super hard, emotionally intense, we always had the mountains and the nature and the snow to just give us the comfort we need. If you do not feel good, just go out, take a walk, take a breath, and then you come out and everything's good. Yes, it was really amazing experience.
Yes, that it was the definition of go outside and take a bit of fresh air.
Take a big breath. This is the definition of taking a big breath.
What about you, Daria?
For me, as well as you said, I'm very grateful for meeting you, first of all, and for meeting all of the other participants. It was the best experience that I've had in a while. And it was so lovely being there with each other, as you said, as well, connecting, sharing this trauma and these bad feelings and getting them practically out of our system, and trying new exercises and seeing where we are in our life. And everyone participant every participant being there so eagerly, wanting to learn. And even if we had at some point some complicated situation, we were like, exactly as you said, like, get outside, walk, and fresh air. We had fresh air, and come back and taking everything from zero and rebuilding what we did. So for me, it was really nice, and the nature and everything helped a lot. It was wonderful. What did you like the most in it? Like, what experience you like the most in these trainings, in the one from Slovenia and in the one from Romania?
Okay, that's a very good question. Like, I found it very hard to answer, so I will let Julian answer first.
What I like the most, besides the place, because that's a given. We were on top of the mountain, so that was amazing. What I liked the most was the day we talked about the brave spaces, and like this, as you, Daria, was saying earlier, the difference between safe and brave spaces. And like because we were talking before, we're talking in terms of safe spaces, but in the end, with the safe space, there's a risk to just stay there and do nothing and feel comfortable and not really evolve or go forward. And this difference, that okay, in a brave space you also challenge yourself, like by choice, and not just be put in the situation where you need to evolve, but you choose to do that. And that this thing for me was eye-opening. And okay, it's not important only to feel safe, it's really important to feel safe, but not only that, but also like to put yourself in situations where you can grow and become better. And that thing was important for me, and I really liked it.
That's so nice.
Yes,
I really like it how you explain it.
Thank you.
Do you want me to go next, Tene?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. What I like the most, besides the place that it was, I think so it was the perfect place that we can be in this type of situation and in this type of project, the supporter. It was actually, I cannot decide. It was the people that I met, including the people that were talking to us, or I really liked at some point an exercise. It was, if you remember, the one with the child, our inner child. And for me, that there was really eye-opening. Like, I realized so many things that day, and it was, even if it was so hard at that point to go past it, we had the program was so nice that we had after time to reflect on it and got time for ourselves. And I can say I went into the forest. I really wanted time for myself. I went into the forest, took a walk alone, and cried. I realized that I need to cry, and I cried. And after that, I was starting to reflect on it and thinking and realizing from where that comes. And that was eye-opening for me. And it was, even if it was quote unquote a negative experience, because it took something out of me, I really enjoyed it because I understood more about myself. And I think so, besides the place, besides the people, wonderful people, and the people that came to talk with us and everything, I think so that's what I like the most out of the things that we did.
Yes. Thank you for sharing.
And for you, Yanai?
I'm still thinking, like, because we spent, so I did both weeks, and I would say that during the first week in Slovenia, what I enjoyed the most, I mean, I didn't enjoy it at all, but what brings me a lot of knowledge about myself was, I don't know if you remember it, but it was an exercise with self-empathy. And you had you needed to find your needs and what emotions are created by their needs when they are like when they are fulfilled and when they are not fulfilled. And we needed to remember a situation that was emotionally hard, and from this situation we needed to find our need and our emotions. And for me it was like the best, because now I have a lot of knowledge about these precise topics that I went through, but at the same time it was like the worst because it was really intense. Like I couldn't stop just crying for maybe 1 hour. So I think that this is the main thing that I learned during this first week. And during the second week in Chukash Mountains, yeah, the place was amazing. I think the place is what helps me to just to realize that I can accept my anxiety, like I can live with, and I don't have to fight against. I just have to be friends with her. And I really enjoyed the hike and talk, even if it was like really, really challenging because we couldn't see a thing in the frog. But as you said, the exercise with inner child just like reminds me that you can be adult and stay a good child at the same time. Like you don't need to always be the reflective person and just always think. Sometimes you just need to do what comes in your mind. And yes, it reminds me how much it's important to stay a child even if you are growing up.
Oh yeah, I remember that part too. It was so wonderful. Thank you for sharing, both of you. It was really nice. And now and now that we are speaking, I'm remembering everything, and I'm like, I cannot wait to do the third part, and I'm sad that it's gonna be the last part.
Yes. But we were so lucky that it was in 3 parts and not just one.
Yeah, exactly. And we learn a lot. And oh my God, it's so wonderful. I'm, as you said, so grateful that we had this experience. If you can tell me more about what did you learn, what did you stuck with you in a particular, and what like exercise or knowledge that we got that stuck with you in particular and you want to still do it?
That's a good question. Do you have the answer, Yulian, already?
For me, what I learned, what stuck with me, I think, is to maybe give more attention maybe to the different parts of me. Like we had this exercise, like with maybe the parent, the adult, and the child, and most of the time I try to be, all of us maybe try to be in the adult part of things, but I need to also embrace the others, like to embrace from time to time the parent who's trying to take care of me, or maybe the child who just wants to play and do stuff for fun. And yeah, this maybe on a more personal level, this thing is something that I maybe need to try more often.
That's really nice. For me, I'm gonna break it into parts. I'm gonna say, for me personally, it was the same one as you said, the one with the child and the parent and the adult, and trying to be as much as I can in a parent, but in the same time letting loose to, so the caring parent can take care of me, and the child can, the free child as well, can play and enjoy and be a bit carefree sometimes. But in the same time, as I said, being an adult and maintaining equality between them. But another thing, that in Slovenia, one of the people said that we cannot save everyone, and that stuck with me like glue. Cannot take care of everyone and make them better and heal their trauma and make them new, but we can spend time with them, and we can make these wonderful memories and this wonderful time spent together, and having this, it's better than trying so hard to heal them, and maybe that's not the best thing we can do. And sometimes these memories, it's the best we can do. Sometimes these memories is the healing itself. Sometimes these memories are better than trying too hard or doing nothing, and that stuck with me, and I'm really grateful that I have this saying with me now, because it changed my perception a lot, and it changed it into a good thing, and I'm really grateful for it.
That is very nice.
Thank you. And for you, Yanai?
This is a hard thing. Like, I would say that this training course and also the experience that I have as a volunteer since 2 months here in Romania, like, really helps me to know me. And I realized that we all have different needs, and we all have different feelings regarding those needs, and that we cannot control people's feelings. Like, for example, a relationship cannot work if we have, like, opposite, if I can say, needs. We cannot force people to have the same need than ours. And I would like to emphasize on the fact that we need, and we should communicate as much as possible to know the need of people, in order to create a good and a safe and a brave relationship. Because if we do not communicate, we will never know others, people's feelings and needs, and that's it. And yes, I learned that I cannot control everything, and that I have the power of my life. If I want to change it, I'm able to do it. But there will always be like something that I will not be able to control, because we cannot control everything, and we just have to take what is coming, and that's it.
That's really nice. Thank you for sharing all of this. It was really, really nice to see your point of views. So, I have one more question for you guys, and the last one for this podcast. How do you see the future after this experience?
I would say that I have way more hope in future now, and that I'm feeling more able to get involved in, like, projects, and to put in place a lot of projects, and to enjoy my life, like, freely, by taking care of my child. And yes, I see the life less difficult, and I see the life more as a playground and a thing when you can try, and even if you fail, it's not a fail, it's like a learning process. And yes, so it brings me a lot of hope and, let's say, energy to plan my future and to do what makes me feel happy at first. That's it.
That's cool.
That's so nice. I really like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, my answer isn't that as dramatic as is, but I mean, maybe for me these kind of experiences are not like life changing, and I see it as normal not to be. But what in my opinion is important to take out of it is like small things, like small details that can improve your daily life. For example, like in the work I do, the distinction that I talked earlier about safe spaces and brave spaces, that's really important, and it's one of the things that I think will help me and I can take for the future. I don't know, maybe this idea of giving time and maybe understand the parts of you, like the child, the adult, and the parent, from time to time, to take time and observe them in action and maybe see what can you change, like in small steps in your daily life. That's also maybe another small step to take in my personal development. But yeah, I don't know, the future is bright, but not only because of this training, but also because of this training, not only.
Yes, that's a good. That's really.
Yeah, exactly. That's so as well, like so nice, like everyone sees it in their own word in a wonderful way.
Yes, but it's also interesting to see the difference because we are not living the same experience at the same time of our life, and it's like interesting to see, like for me, this experience also, because I'm a volunteer, it's like life-changing for real, because it's like the huge thing of my life, and like I'm just 20 years old and I'm living this. I'm like, oh, fuck. So yes, for me it's life-changing, so it's interesting the difference.
Yeah, different moments.
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly. For me as well, I can relate a lot to this. It's as well life's changing. Like I can, with these things that I learn, I can help people a lot, and as well I can help myself becoming a better person and helping people. And that's what I want to do in life. I want to help a lot of people, and I want to do a lot of things in this part. It gives me the key to open a lot of doors, and I'm sometimes speechless about this. It's like, for me, I'm so grateful, and I'm thinking where I can use this knowledge and this experience to go on and continue my life and helping more people and getting more knowledge and getting more doors to open, not only for me, for other people as well. It's wonderful. It's really.
Thank you for sharing.
I would also like to add something to this question that I missed. It's also the people. I mean, maybe with most of the people we will probably never meet again. But I think like the shared experience and like other people's experience of life, it's also something that you take with you.
Yes.
And learn from.
That's amazing how like people, you can just cross their way at a precise part of your life and you will just see them like for 1 week, but you will leave more things with them than with your family or thing, and it's like even more intense, but you will remember them like all your life because they meant a lot in the short period of time. It's like amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I really wish that we're gonna have multiple occasions to meet each other and at least if we cannot with everyone from the project, at least with some of them, it will be wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, that's it for this.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. It was so nice talking with you. Thank you for being here to the first part of this podcast. Thank you for listening to us, guys. It was really nice having you here. I'm looking forward for the next one. Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.